Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3:04 in the afternoon. I call the Hope School Board meeting, special meeting to order. On our agenda is school board interviews. I think we're going to slip around and do Kinko's first.
All right, so with Kinco Construction, and we have Mr. Elliott here as our architect. Just going to present a little bit. So we have, if you remember, months ago, we went with a general firm to assist us. Kinco was the firm to assist us with this ag renovation. They're here taking bids and taking a look at where we are with the ag project. Maurice Henry's here is our maintenance director as well. Kinco is here to present the overall amount, kind of how that breaks down in different categories. So we have Lance here. If you want to come, introduce your team, or introduce your firm, and then talk to our board.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Lance White, Kinco, project manager. This is Kennedy Stockton, he works in our team, got with the bid process, contacting people and talking stuff, getting bids in, and Steve Elliott, the architect, so we're actually on another project together today. We've worked together on multiple projects in the past. So, last Tuesday, we accepted pricing from subcontractors on the project. So from abatement to demo, mechanical, electrical, drywall, all different scopes go with the building. We received all those numbers. Overall, we received just over 50 bids from top to bottom. So we had decent coverage on the job, so we got a good competitive first market price number. So we took those over the past few days. We've been evaluating them, making sure their scope of work matches what we asked them to have, and nobody left anything out. So after doing that, we put together this proposal, which is more or less a summary of the entire job, and submitted this to Dr. Cross last Friday. So I'll just kind of run through this. I won't read it verbatim. Tell you about the schedule, scope of work, and then be glad to answer any questions you may have. So overall, the number is $2,079,284. The proposal is based on Mr. Lewis's drawings and specifications dated March 25th. There was one addendum issue, which had a few minor changes, nothing major, some clarifications. And then we had a pre-bid RFI log, which is answering questions from some contractors, asking scope clarifications or just mainly minor items. Some of those items got incorporated into the addendum, so that's what the pricing is based on. It does include all our contractor fees, insurance, payment for the bonds, everything for the contract. The district works with MTech right now on its asbestos reporting every 3 years, so we contacted MTech. They knew what the report was for the building, so we had them price, and some minor payments to come out on the flooring, light masking, things like that is pretty common. So that's about a 2-day process, and we'll be acknowledged for that. It's included in the job. Note number 4 here, this includes removal and replacement of exterior wall panels around the first of the building. Originally kind of looked at leaving those panels and possibly painting them. Just in conversations that with taking the numbers, we worked at the budget number just to go ahead and take those panels off and put new ones on. So essentially, you're going to have a pretty well brand new building when you're done, and it's the original structure that was there. The fire alarm system, we currently have JCL high school campus, so we went with them, so they'll integrate right in what you have. There are a couple of existing windows to remain, but we'll check those out as we're working on them. And then there's the new sectional doors, one that goes in the new little area that we're building there with corrals now, and we're looking at replacing the existing door you have. Utility work is mainly in the back of the building. Most of your utility stay, we use monopile over top like in the units and things like that, so now we're all working to do on that. The intercom system looks like there's potential of doing some more work on that campus wide, so we will do all the conduits and raceways for it, but that will be integrated in. So. And we talked to Mr. Henry and the team on site. The intent for going to be some storage containers to put their current materials in, lumber, equipment, keeping, all that stuff. So that'll be done before we get here. If there's anything heavy that you need help with equipment, we'll be glad to move that for you. It's no problem at all. So when we arrive, we'll finish moving what is left that you want to keep, and then pretty much from that point, if it's in the building, we'll start doing demolition and hauling off. Let's see. Item number 10, there's some things that it does not include, and that's materials fees, loose architect's fees, any type of like new desk, FFEs, fixtures, furnishing, or equipment, so things like that. And then it's not a prevailing wage job, they can have federal wages, so that's common. So it does include all the state, minimum wage laws and all that stuff, all that's covered. Further down, talking about allowances. These items you see here are already included in that $2 million, so these aren't additions, but There's a little bit of dirt work on the road side of the building, we're adding a new wing, so if we dig out there and there's some bad soils, there's a few $1,000 there to cover replacing those, and that's very common on all the projects, because there's typically an allowance in case you run into some unknowns, but something that's kind of hard to tell when we start. Tied to that, kind of testing allowance for $5,000, that's common for the size job. Specifications did call for a decking allowance, so we got that pricing from our subcontractors and suppliers, it's $14,000, again, that's in the $2 million number. That we just did, we started doing some roofing, and there's issues that we did not see prior to starting that are hidden, so that we cover that, and then the decking places. And then the item number 4 is owner contingency, that's $25,000 that if there's an unknown we get into, it could be foreseen, or if there's a small change you want to make later on, that's what that's for. So that's your school district's money, and you know, if we pull from that, your team, Henry, Strauss, that everybody will be notified of it. That's not just everybody's told what it's for. We'll track that. On the second page there, the GMP proposal optional work, that's just kind of reinforcing what I said earlier as far as the existing wall panels. Adam told us that our pre-construction manager, and I went to college together, we've got almost 20 years now. He did the pre-con work on this and handed it off to me when construction. His last budget was right at $2,008,000. So that did not include the wall panel work and a couple of other items. So if you back that out, we're right there with a few $1,000 of his last budget. So that's the main reason I wanted to show that. And again, this is optional work. It's completely up to the district. There's no pressure from us if you want to do it. If you want it, great. If you don't, we'll put it in like a drawing. So that's just based on some discussions during the bid process. My last item there is the preliminary schedule. We'll be ready to start work as soon as school's out. Get a couple days worth of pavement there. Demo will take a couple weeks, and then we'll start back and do the new process. As far as the work goes, the demo and doing new block walls and roofing, majority of that can be done prior to the school starts. That's really not a concern. What we're running into right now are lead times on equipment, so electrical equipment, structural steel, and MEP equipment. When we did the job, we asked the vendors to put on there what their typical lead times look like right now. And in the past, I guess since Christmas, I think I've did 4 or 5 projects out. What they submitted for this project is in line with what we're seeing there. So what you're looking at on the electrical panels, not the conduits, the actual panels, what's on power of that building, as well as the HVAC units, you're looking at roughly 20 weeks from the time the submittal is approved. So based on your approval today to move forward, we'll do IA contract with the school to incorporate this proposal in there. And then we'll write subcontracts to the trade vendors we're working with. That'll all take place within a week or so. At that point, they'll send us submittals that we'll turn into the architect's team for them to review. As soon as they review and approve this equipment, meets spec and everything else, that's when the contract starts to get in here. So we will expedite that as much as possible. But right now, just in the market we're in, that's very, it wouldn't surprise myself in 2 weeks. Steve, I don't know if you want to speak to that or not, that's kind of what you're seeing around with it. So doing that would put us being done sometime in September, October with the overall turnkey, here's your building. And once we start doing some middle, they'll tell us what the manufacturing date is, and we can lock date in. I tell you within a week more we're gonna be done. But right now, that's just based on the current lead times. Anyhow, I'm again glad to answer any questions. A couple of you may have met Mark Fuller in the interview process. He's our superintendent this year. He lives about 40 minutes away from Philadelphia. He's been doing construction for 40 years. So this is him and I worked at Glenrose Schools the past couple of summers doing renovation work over summer break. So we know how each other operate. It's right up the valley. So feel very confident in Mark being down here. And my main process is going to be the accounting, scheduling, contracts, and office type stuff. So Mark will be on site, and Kenny will be working with me to do the submittal process and RFIs and day-to-day stuff.
Steve?
Hey, I've had the privilege of working here at Hope for when we used to call Mr. Hoglund, Coach Hoglund. So, I do thank you for the opportunity, but I'll say we've been looking at that ag building and doing something with it for a long time now. And he mentioned the new panels on it. It's going to look like a brand new building, inside and out pretty much, because if we do skin it like we talked about. So it's just something that's been long in coming, and I think we did meet with all the teachers, the administrators, like we've done in the past, got their input from everything, where they will plug ins and how they'll use the classrooms and all that kind of information. So it's gonna be a nice agri building. And thank you again for letting me be a part of it.
Answer any questions?
Are we reconfiguring the inside in any way?
Yes. It'll have 4 classrooms. It'll be total, the inside will be open right now. You know, the shop part is almost L-shaped and you don't have a view. It all comes out of the shop will be one big open area.
Yeah.
For supervision as much as anything.
Let me ask you another question, and I'm new to the field, so some folks have already seen this and may know the answer to this. But you know, the biggest problem in the agri building is water.
Yes, and that's what he mentioned, the roof panels, it gets an entire new roof. The area behind, what I call between the ag building and the gym has been a water problem for years. We're tearing all that out. We're waterproofing the ag wall, putting new concrete in there. We are taking water both directions. And where we're taking it towards the bus drive, it's actually gonna hit the storm drain at the bus drive. So we're not putting water in the street, we're putting it in the storm drain. But all of that, we've looked at and working on getting all that will be corrected.
So is there a change in square footage of the building?
Yes, the shop gets big. You know how it's U-shaped now?
Yeah.
That inside of the U will be part of the shop. It'll be enclosed.
Okay, so that line of the building goes straight down though.
That's right.
It'll be right at 2,000 square foot now.
Do you know how many square feet that adds?
It's right at, total building square foot is 10,000, I believe that's, I can look at the plans and quickly do the math, but I'm not sure what existing was, that's what I knew, right at 10,000.
I think the entire building is right at 4, right?
But, you know, the water is my biggest concern.
Yeah,
I hate to get there
I agree.
and get a call.
That whole area between the gym and the shop, will be redone, it'll be concrete, there won't be any grass in there. It's swale, and get, the water out, and it takes water, and it's waterproof. The wall of the shop, of the ag building is totally waterproof like a basement.
That's a big deal.
Okay, yeah, in
Water is
addition,
mitigated.
you currently, it's 8,600 and we're adding another 13, so you're just under 10,000 square feet. And all of that addition is shop.
Right. Got it.
Now, you said the exterior of the walls is kind of up to the district, we replace them or just paint them?
Right now, in the price is brand new wall panels all the way.
That's what I like.
We looked because we were worried about the money of
I
just.
understand, but if we're doing it, they look right, no doubt.
And I think that same approach is what we've done
I
throughout.
believe on, things looking good.
Yeah.
All right, I know we've been over this a number of times you have, but would you just give a quick overview? I know we've got an anonymous donor of 640,000. 660,000. Just as a little refresher, how this $2 million project is going to be done.
It's a great question. I was waiting for that one. I was going to give it voluntarily if you didn't ask. But so we have state partnership money for the warm, safe, and dry component of the building. So that amounts to about, I think, it's 600 or 467,000, something like that. And then the 660 that's the anonymous donor. The anonymous donor really came forward this ag project because we were looking at this in conjunction with the millage back in the day, a year ago, whatever it was. And so we had some folks, some community members who kind of walked that space in general, and they were like, this is an obvious need. And so when that didn't pass, got a random phone call one day that would be of interest. In addition to that, we've been putting back for the last 4 years toward our building fund for projects that we know that we need. So this is one of them, obviously. The other one on the facilities master plan, which is the Yerger Gym project, which is, we all know these two projects are kind of long over, I think they're needed. I mean, Steve alluded to it moments ago. So that's going to be around 900,000 to $1 million from the district building fund. But we have, is it the total with the anonymous donor right now is 4.6 or 4.7. And so that'd be $900,000 out of the $4,670,000 that we have. So, and then this year, we're hoping to put even more back. And for a district our size, that's good. And we want to continue the process for as long as we can, offsetting costs here and there. So we're being very fiscally responsible with this. If we didn't have the money, to be quite honest with you, the conversation with everyone just would have been different, you know. So Mr. Henry and I, and with Misty, talked with Kenco and Steve about 2 months ago as we were looking at the pricing for this. There was a base version of this where it's warm, safe, and dry. It's roof, it's HVAC, it's no additional square footage, it's doing nothing with the drainage. And that's, I mean, we would be out no additional money, probably very limited additional money from our perspective. But we don't get the need serviced how we would need to for kids. There's another version of this that kind of Mr. Courtney was talking about, gets us kind of close to being pretty good, but doesn't take care of all the needs. This is not like it's a frivolous Cadillac version, but this is a good version that gives us a renovation that we feel good about, we feel comfortable with, high quality materials, and obviously high quality labor, and so that gets us just over that $2 million mark.
So who oversees the project? Is it Steve? Is it y'all?
He knows we'll have a contract for this, yes, sir, and Mark Fulmer over at the superintendent over here, there's work going on over here.
Well, and as we've always done in the past, I have a field guy that's here once a week. And he's here as much as anything to work with them and answer questions. But he's your eyes and ears making sure that if we call for 4 inches of concrete, we're getting 4 inches and just checking the quality as well. The one other thing that's different from other projects we've done, and Lance alluded to this, but this is a CM project, construction manager, not our bid. So their price is what's called a guaranteed maximum price. And my experience with Lance, I'm gonna put him under the gun here, is they usually come in under that price now, so that there could be some savings. Now, if we get in there and we hit some stuff we didn't know was there and things like that, that's what would cause us problems. But if everything goes smooth, he mentioned some allowances and things like that that are in the project. You don't spend that money. It's not like a hard bid like y'all done in the past. When the hard bid is $2 million, you're paying $2 million no matter what happens. This is a guaranteed maximum price. If they get in there and time goes quick and we don't have a lot of rain days and things like that, and they save money, any savings comes back to the district.
So we don't see, I guess I'll ask you to answer, you don't see anything, no way, no how, that this thing's not gonna be ready to go by, I'll give you a few weeks, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yes, it'll be a smooth project, sir. The lead time was the biggest thing that caught my attention, was just trying, we can do a lot of the work here, we're used to working over summer breaks, but the equipment at lead times, unfortunately.
So the only question mark is that electrical equipment or.
Electrical, yeah, yes, sir.
Right.
No delays there.
Okay.
Is included in this plan he was showing us where the animal science part of.
So that's not included in this is just a renovation of the actual building.
Right.
That area is beside it, or behind it, and that just got approved. That, we're gonna be in conversations about that piece as well. There's, the hard price on that is not gonna be outside of our budget either. We've got a version of that we've looked at after approval and conversation with the city and the zoning commission that will certainly be within our price range.
Do we have any other questions? If not, then I entertain a motion.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Mr. President, I move that we approve what's been presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Courtney, second by Ms. Dixon, that we approve the Kinco estimate and price agreement. Those in favor, by show of hands. And we have unanimous decision. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, look forward to working with you.
Too late, you're on candid camera.
Yes, and then we'll do the hearing, and then we'll do
ED.
Cindy Stockton, which is, Lance's assistant.
Can I ask this question, Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Before we do these school choice transfers, can we batch these going and coming, or do we need to take them individually?
So you can batch them unless you want to separate them. So all these would be going, but, only one was even in our district and all the others were in other places. And because of school choice law based on where they would be living, this is the process they're going through. So if you wanted to batch them, you can, and then all would be batch approved. But if you wanted to take some out and consider them separately, we would just number them A, B, C, D. Yeah. Or letter, excuse me.
All right, thank you.
Just a question on, and I don't mind if we batch them, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, this one's not complete, second.
The signature, you know, transportation,
And it's, I even think that's question's pretty technical.
I'm
But
with you. Yeah, that was a family batch.
I know it's a family, right, but it didn't have the expel, but it checked on it. You probably need that for records. You look at the first page, the second person.
I'm with you, yeah.
Well, look, where it says expelled, this is not, it's not checked.
Gotcha, you're right.
I mean,
I'm assuming that would be a no.
yeah. I just wanna make sure our paperwork's in good shape,
I'll confirm that with the mother before we send over.
because that didn't fly, you know, someplace else.
Right.
But I don't have any problem with that. Y'all understand that what I was saying was, on the front of the second document you had, there's a place for expelled, yes or no. When you check, and you can't, we wouldn't, or I hope we wouldn't accept someone who's expelled from another district.
Right.
So it's just a paperwork cleanup.
That's right.
So, I'm good with that, if everybody else is, and if so, I'll entertain a motion.
Do you think we need to, do the one individually that Bill's talking about?
You can make a motion barring all paperwork is accurate. Or happy if all paperwork is accurate, approving the batch, I think you'd be covered. And then if the paperwork is inaccurate and that's a flaw that's obvious and relatively intentional seeming, then we could come back and discuss it in the next board meeting. But that was one that's a part of a family
Right.
and is.
The other two are right.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we accept school choice in front of us. And making sure that all paperwork is correct. Approval on the paperwork all being correct.
It's been moved by Mr. Holden, second by Mr. Marshall, here from the right, that we accept the school choice, paperwork as presented. After all this is completed and made sure it's absolutely right. Those in favor, show by show of hands. Approved unanimously. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Student hearing.
Yes, sir. All right, so we have a student hearing, it's been requested for a closed session, so, we'll have a closed session for a student hearing, and then we'll be back with you momentarily.
We're now back to open session, I'll entertain a motion on, student, punishment.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we accept, the expulsion as presented by the superintendent.
It's been moved by Mr. Powell, second by Ms. Moss, to accept the student right as it is, presented by the superintendent. Those in favor, show by show of hands. And we have unanimous. Thank you, sir. We're looking for you and we'll be praying for you.
All right. Is that all you need for?
Yes, sir, that's it.
We'll hear from the school right now. Within the next day. Give me a day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good. Good luck to y'all.
All right, thank you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no. Yep. So statute indicates that whenever you have interviews of this nature, then they will be kind of open to the public in that way. Any discussion can be an executive. So the way this will go will be candidate one, and I believe they are here, so candidate one is technically an open. Candidate two will be downstairs whenever they get here, and then there'll be a swapping of that before we, and you can have executive after that's over and discuss however you want to. You'll see the questions here, and there's 7 of them. You can alternate however you would like to. And then I also have printed out the scoring sheet, so if you wanted to look at those from how we were keeping score, Ms. Dickinson is the secretary and loves to do that sort of work. I will print that out and make sure you have that in hand. And I'll go get the first candidate if you're okay with that. You just let me know, and that's the last thing for this meeting before the 5 o'clock personnel. So you have from now until 5, I guess, to make a decision. Or you can plug it and do it some other time too, but
Yes, sir.
you just let me know if you're ready and I'll go get the candidate.
Who's the first one?
First one is Jones. So maybe on your score sheet here, just, I didn't fill it in for you, just put Jones. And then your name.
That's just good. We got some space.
On here, it's L-A-K-E-S-H-A. L-A-K-E-S-H-A. That's what she put on her form.
I'm sorry, say that again.
L-A-K-E-S-H-A.
You just let me know.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, yes, sir. We're ready.
Okay. I'll just hand you that sheet. It's just like a half page.
Lakeisha, L-A-K-E-S-H-A. Two of these, personnel sheets.
Coach, you got,
I think that the decoy play that day.
Yeah, what?
Decoy play.
I think you check with that, Dr. Fairclough.
I'm doing it.
I heard the master says he's seen it twice. That is number 2, it's the first time.
The Greg Watts play might have been
Yes,
just as good, if not better. Because it took a little bit of, kind of being dopey on the runner's part.
Yes.
He had to be complicit to help us out a little bit there. But it was a great play. Answer my question. Yeah, I want to take the heck, but I just got it out of there about 2 months ago. Told them to get ready for the summer. And the drive done is broken too. Yeah, I think I had, no,
How you doing?
Good afternoon, yeah.
I think
We're gonna mix it up. We
probably get a little comfortable seat for you. It's like love to have some.
What a door chair.
This John, would you like a little comfortable? You can say no, that's okay.
Be careful of the road.
Yeah, little feet don't swim.
Okay. So, Ms. Jones, you know why we're here. We're trying to fill your mother's position on the school board.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we're not able to get her with us. But we have a few questions that we're gonna ask you, and we're trying to make a determination as to who is best qualified, best suited for this position. And there are several questions I will ask, so we kind of go around, rather than rotate between us, ask you a question, and we'll come back, be as clear and as concise as you can, okay?
Okay.
Okay, the first question is, tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you're seeking this position.
Well, of course, my name is Lakeisha Jones. I'm daughter of Bonnie Johnson. I watched her numerous years fight for better education for kids, the community, and help the community also. And I just think I'm good for the position because I was raised in Hope, went to Hope School, was in Hope Super Band, Mr. Hensey, got kids in the district, and I just think that completing and finishing the task of being able to help before her 2 years is up, sadly, but so just make an impression on younger people too, to say that you can always get out and run for different positions and make a mark in the community, to be proactive basically.
All right. The second question is, what do you hope to accomplish as a school board member if appointed to this position?
If I'm appointed, I think the best way to put it would be to improve on policies, dive more into the learn to act, to see how we can improve the whole school system overboard. I think quality of education is important for our kids, and also look out for our teachers and safety and everything like that. I think I could help out a lot with that. On the outside, looking in from having a T-top or a kindergarten in school now to help us improve on the things.
Teacher, what experiences and assets will you bring to the school board?
Let's see. Assets and views. What can I bring? I could bring new ideas as far as working as a team to make Hope Public School System notice that.
Take your time.
And usually I have a gift for gab, my mom will tell me. Fresh new ideas looking into any situation. Because sometimes being a parent and not having a kid in the system, you don't know how you would look at something and make it even better. I would reach out to somebody if I didn't know something, one of my fellow school board members, to help me learn more about a particular item or ideal, And I'm a diver, I believe in going and looking stuff up if I don't know, and then I collaborate with my other colleagues at work to learn things. I just think I'm just an active person too, and I don't sit still. I'm active in the community, and I think being active in the community, having your face out and about and being positive in the community makes a difference. Because I'm a nurse, I preach, I make all chapels here in the church, my mother's preaching, I'm over her church now, I'm an Eastern Star. I just think positive feedback will help the community as well. Instead of being, you know how some people stay closed in and you don't know who they are. And when you positively go out to the community, they say, oh yeah, she's with Hope Public School System, oh, they do this, they doing that. And I think that'll increase the people want to get more active, especially in Zone 1, because a lot of them stay in and don't want to participate. And plus, I know a lot of people in that zone my age.
Okay, what do you believe the duties and responsibilities of board members? What do you believe are the duties and responsibilities of board members?
Safety for teachers and students, rules, regulations, guidelines, improve rules and regulations and guidelines. Make sure funding stays where it is. If not, we need to get more funding in. Make sure funding not going out. Make sure quality of school care is better. Just a better school system, period. I mean, nothing is perfect, you know.
I think we'll go into the other end.
Okay.
Oh,
Mr. Clay.
how are you doing, man? I took it off, I put it back on. Tell us a little about your experiences with this school district.
I've had a lot of I have a son, he's 16 now. He has, at first they told me he was broad spectrum autism. He has ADHD, anxiety, and depression. And I didn't know what in the world, how to grasp onto it, what to do or anything. And Miss Maribel was the only person that really called me and she said, calm down, it's okay. We can figure out what's wrong with them. So when you have a kid like that and somebody to come behind you and say, it's okay, we can figure this out. You're not the only kid, he's not the only kid, you're not the only parent, we can work and do this together. It makes a difference. And I know a lot of parents say, well, the Hope school system don't do nothing, but you gotta say something in order to get something. And a lot of kids show up because they don't understand. But I think just being in that position, and as he goes through, he'll be a senior next year, thank God, just being grateful that I wasn't just left out there to dry. They gave me my rules, they gave me my handbook, they told me what they expected of me as a parent, and I already knew what VJ wanted me to do. Because if not, she was gonna tell me something about those grandbabies. But the school system, if you work with them, if you let them know, they'll help you.
Yeah.
They'll definitely help you. And I'm a firm believer in that. Very firm.
Thank you.
Lakeisha, first of all, I want to apologize a little bit. These questions kind of catch you by surprise.
Yeah,
I know.
nervous.
I don't want you to be nervous because I would struggle to answer these, to a T for my colleagues here. But we have to have something
Yes,
to
sir.
go on. So my question is, what do you believe is the most important function of a board member?
The most important function, to agree to disagree.
Well, that happens a lot on this.
And I only say that because we don't live in a perfect world. And we just have to look out for the best interest for kids, teachers, and the community. And I think that if we work together to get along together, like I said, it's not gonna be perfect, but everything will work its way out. The kinks will work out eventually. I think, just seeing my mom on board all those years and watching out on Facebook during the meetings and stuff, you implement a lot of good stuff out there, but people have to be subjective enough to actually come to their different zone board members and find out how they can help their own kids too. And with the knowledge that you guys have, I think more of the community can reach out to you and find out more.
So paraphrase your answer, you're saying to be able to work together with others for the betterment of all our children.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you made me nervous.
I listened to you, thought of Scar's face when you said VJ, would we do this, respect your mom as VJ?
Sorry, Joseph.
Yes, ma'am, I did it. What should the relationship be between the superintendent and the board that you think of?
The relationship with the superintendent and the board.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Crossley. Well, I know the board has to make major decisions and Mr. Crossley has to put it out there for you. So I know you guys have to work together to okay any decisions that he makes basically. So a strong board can have a strong leader with you guys working together.
That's well put. I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm nervous. My blood pressure probably said high.
Okay. All right, that'll be, I guess, just need to confirm that, if selected, she would be able to serve.
Right.
Basically, just.
Yes, and that's the thing. You're in a position, the same kind of way that I'm in. I have, if you don't understand, you're a nurse.
Mhm.
Are you gonna be able to make it to all or most of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I got PTO, and so I don't never call in sick unless I really get sick, but.
Okay.
Where are you, nurse? Lakeisha?
I started at Coleman Klein in Texarkana. I've been a nurse for 22 years, graduated out here at
At the
UACCH.
big building over there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
When COVID hit and gas prices got up a little bit too much, a
Yeah.
position came open in Preston, and I hightailed it.
Since we're following up, I want to ask a question. I know you said you wanted to finish out your mom's 2-year term, and I'm confused how much longer she had. Did we ever verify that in hospital?
So, yes, she had, so the way that this works is until the next regularly scheduled election. So for us, it'll be May. So the person selected will serve from now until May, and then that's the cycle for an election for that person.
Okay, so there'll be an election next
Next cycle.
May?
Right. So this person, whoever it is, would serve
May
a year from now, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I
For a
guess
year.
this is my question, Keisha, and it was mentioned that you wanted to serve out the remainder of your mom's term, which I understand. Is that, are we stopping there, or do we
No.
know?
I think once I get in here and get to knowing you guys and really getting in and diving in it, I think this could be something long term I can go out and reach out for.
Well, that's what I suspected,
Mhm.
and I think that's generally what everyone wants to do, because these election cycles can be, and they have been, over the years, pretty screwy. And it seems like when I first got back on the board the second time, I had to run every 6 months. But well, it was kind
It
of.
felt like it.
Well, you can ask Catherine. She'll agree with me. But that was mentioned the other night when we were going through the resumes and so on. And I wanted to confirm that, and I suspected as much, but I didn't want that to be a negative. That's all I wanted. So I appreciate your answer.
I think that's all we have.
Okay. Jones, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Good time. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care, I say hey.
I will, thank you for coming
We'll be in touch and come in like hours.
Okay, thank you.
So the next scheduled person is number 15. So whenever you're ready, just do what you need to do with your papers. They're already here. But again, you can go to executive for discussion and all that later. This can just be kind of getting your thoughts together on this one individually, but probably not collectively.
Well, I guess, we may, I'll wait till executive session.
I'll leave the room if you want.
Well, it's, I mean.
No, it's, we're,
No, it's a public session.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
Let's just go ahead and do the next interview, if that's okay.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yes.
Scoring.
We don't have to score back.
It's on the top of that, it's kind of, it's a very simple rubric on top right
Yeah,
there.
okay.
But I can go get it.
Yeah, please.
Thanks for being here.
I just think we're gonna give a score sheet.
I'm not sure about rubric, I'm just writing those.
David,
Yes, sir.
are you videoing that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all public.
Everybody's gonna hear you ask for the video in there. Margaret, I'll trade you a Milky Way for that.
I'll take one Milky Way from you.
You're done building question on what?
Down the street.
No, I don't.
People don't realize this is the main business of the school board meeting. It's swapping out the candy, figuring out who's got what. That's what this is
But see,
really.
I keep telling Mr. Goodwin.
That is the pay scale.
It is the pay scale.
It's a candy right there.
That's right. That is your compensation. I just brought out enough over there, thank you.
Yeah, I have an opportunity. We're here for the sake of us trying to fill the position is on the school board member. Got a few questions for you. Each one of us will ask one, and then we'll run back around to the end. Just trying to figure out exactly what we need to do, best possible position, person for the position. It's sort of like checking blood pressure, squeakies and babies, right? We each have a couple of questions for you, so, I'll start out with asking for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit more about yourself and why you're seeking this position.
First of all, my name is Janice Miles. I am a resident of Arkansas, Hempstead County. I've lived here all my life except for 10 years. And I know pretty much the functions of this county, district. I also am a cosmetology by profession. Also, I believe in education, which I do have a BA in psychology. I have a master's degree in Christian education. I'm the mother of one child and 2 beautiful grandchildren.
Thank you.
I have the next question, and that is, what do you hope to accomplish as a school board member if appointed to this position?
Well, I hope to accomplish the goals of this district, along with what fits the children of this district, the achievements that we need to set in place for each one, through diversity and et cetera. And, you know, that hope that this district can thrive and grow and that children can be successful.
Thank you, Mary.
Janice, what experiences and assets will you bring to the school board?
Well, I have served on the public school board for 3 years, and with the knowledge of the district, the policies and everything that goes along with the district, I think that I could still be able to bring something to the table to further that.
What do you believe are the duties and responsibilities of board members?
I believe that the duties are to govern, to set policies that will be implemented by the superintendent, to ensure and check the balances of the district, the financial situation, and be sure that we, critique performances and have collaborative understanding between the teachers and the parents.
Oop, I'm sorry, I'm sure trying to jot some notes. Tell us a little about your experience with this school district.
Girl, it's been such a minute now. The experience has been it was a great experience serving in the district also. We passed several policies, hired several members of the staff, the teaching staff. We put in place, it's been such a long time, procedural policies. The handbook was updated in many ways. And it's just so many things that went on during that time.
Thank you.
Janice, my question is, and a lot of these overlap, and I know it kind of puts you in a bind because you're gonna answer the same question over, but mine is, what do you believe is the most important function of a school board?
I believe the most important function is governance, to make sure this district is ran like it should be, hold people accountable for the financial part of it, because you don't want to overspend and you want to do your checks and balances and just be a collective body for the community in this district.
Thank you.
I have the last question. Ms. Miles, what do you believe should be the relationship between the superintendent and the school board?
I think it should be an ongoing collaborative relationship. That there is no room for misunderstandings. I think that it should be always communication. Because communication builds a strong path to solutions.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have. You
Well,
have-
I've got a couple of follow-ups.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to remember you, and they had told me this at the time. You previously served for 3 years. Who was the superintendent, Kenny or Bobby? When you were,
Bobby Hart.
Okay.
Matter of fact.
What years was that, Danny?
I believe it was 11 through 13, because I was in that process of hiring Dr. Hart.
Okay.
It was Bobby Hart and that's Dr. Hart, yeah.
What zone was that?
One. What zone I represent.
Did you fill somebody's spot, or did you?
What happened was the board went from 8 members to 7. They rezoned.
Oh.
That's what went on.
Forgot about that.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
so that, Ms. Johnson and I were in the same zone.
That's right. Okay, I remember that now.
And so it went from 7 to 8.
Okay, I do recall that. Now, didn't you cater the Yerger reunion dinner a few months ago out at the bank? Was that her?
We just, we answer that question.
Oh, I just want to know. I was gonna tell her.
Yes.
That-
Yes. That's my whole life.
I'm gonna give you a compliment. But anyway.
But I wasn't serving at
It was very good. Whoever made it, it was excellent.
Okay.
I think that's all the questions we have, Ms. Miles.
Just if selected,
Yeah.
if selected, you could serve, correct?
I could.
And that's a simple question, but it's.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll get back with you.
Probably.
J.A., what you wrote on her deal, I'm just taking this straight from the Google sheet they forwarded. Janice.
Don't.
Did they already make it?
I do it for the sheet, but look at that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, look at that sheet. So,
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
It's been moved by Mr. Hogan, second by Mr. Powers, that we go to executive session. Those in favor, show by show of hands. And we are in executive session. We will now go back into regular session for the sake of the filling of the zone one position.
We'll make a motion, we come back in.
Yeah, make a motion to come back.
I mean, Mr. President, let me make the motion that we resume our regular session.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Powers, second by Mr. Courtney, that we go back into regular session. Those in favor, show by show of hands. And we then back into regular session. Now, I will entertain a motion, as far as filling in position in zone one.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we appoint Mr. James Miles to fill the zone one position.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Courtney, second by Ms. Dickinson, that we use Ms. Miles' education, experience to fill the zone one position. Those in favor, show by show of hands. And it is unanimous vote. If there's nothing else before the board, we'll adjourn until 5 o'clock, and we have personnel actions at that time. It's 5:06, call school will be to order for personnel actions.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we, accept the resignation presented before us. And we'll take this one first.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Holden, second by Ms. Moss, to be accept resignations that are listed in personnel packet. Those in favor, show by show of hands. We have unanimous vote.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a recommendation that we hire the 3 teachers for Clinton Primary recommended by the superintendent.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Holden, second by Mr. Courtney, that we hire the persons on the, list as a personnel packet. Those in favor, show by show of hands. And we're unanimous. If there's nothing else for the board, we consider ourselves adjourned.